Several times we often see people who we refer to as believers exhibit some certain kinds of lifestyle which are highly questionable. Such lifestyle could include drunkenness, immorality, or immoral perversions, extreme perversive attitudes. And also, in certain occasions, we can even see people who are referred to as believers or children of God indulge in occultism. And so we wonder how. Of course, we have to set this record. There's no relativity between darkness and light. There's no common ground for light and darkness. The only thing that happens is that when the component of one factor begins to dwindle, it begins to look like the other one. God help us. The moment the component of light begins to lose its source, the moment light begins to disconnect from its source, what initially looks like darkness, what initially looks like light begins to turn to darkness. Exactly the same thing that happens to one who is saved. The very moment he begins to disconnect from the point of his salvation, from the point of his source, he begins to look like darkness. To this, Galatians 5 verse 16, I read, "These I say, then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." Because in James chapter 1, he said that no one should say that God tempts, because the product of the outcome of temptation is as a result of the lust of the mind. Walk in the Spirit and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. If a believer wants to constantly put in check the works of the flesh, which are clearly stated in the verse 19 of chapter 5 of Galatians, you have to constantly walk in the Spirit. Walking in the Spirit is not magical and cumbersome. Walking in the Spirit from verse 22 is very clear. But the fruit of the Spirit is love. You have to constantly walk in love to be able to fight hatred and unforgiveness. Yes. If you fight love, you automatically make open the doors of hatred, rage, and vengeance. And so that's why you see certain Christians exhibit some extremities in the household of faith. They have lost love. Have you heard that Christians commit suicide? Because they have lost joy and peace and patience. Have you ever seen some certain kind of people who you refer to as Christians